Hello and a very warm welcome to you, wherever in the world you're joining us from, for the gold medal matches of the Paris 2024 Goalball competition. We know that we'll have a new men's champion this year, and later on Ukraine and Japan will be going for gold. But first we have the women's gold medal match, and what a match we have ahead of us. Israel competing in their first ever gold medal match, taking on Turkey, who were just one win away from a record-breaking third Paralympics Goalball gold after consecutive wins in Rio and Tokyo. Turkey with a team to beat coming into this competition. Can Israel continue their impressive run of form and deliver an upset right at the end of this women's event? Our final match of the women's competition, and what a match we've got in store.
Two great teams, and the players know each other so well. It really has all the ingredients to be a brilliant match. They faced each other in European Championship finals before, so they know their games really well. Really excited for this one.
And the crowd at the South Paris Arena. Great set of gold medal matches ahead of them, and we even saw in the crowd a bit earlier Japan's women's team. They would have been hoping to make it on court, but in fact, there is Japan heading out at the quarterfinals, and this is how Israel and Turkey got there. Win for Israel over China. Win for Turkey over Brazil. And now we have the final game on the women's side of Paris 2024. And the crowd are getting into the spirit of things, and as animated as they are right now, they'll have to be absolutely silent when the ball is in play. And if it's your first time experiencing goalball, well, what a match to tune into. The aim of the game, score as many goals as you can and get that ball, which has a bell inside, into the back of the net. Just minutes away from the opening throws, and we'll talk you through everything you need to know about goalball and also what you need to know about these two sides on court. Very familiar to each other, and some of the bright stars of women's goalball taking to court today. Six players in a goalball squad, and we'll soon remind you of who these six players are and also which three will be starting on court. And here are the run-ins. Israel have had the better start, although Turkey were in a very difficult group indeed. Contained China, Brazil, some very strong sides. And when these two sides met earlier in the competition, it was Turkey that came out on top. Here we have the Israel side. Lihi Ben David, the one to watch. Israel's main attacking option.
Brilliant player. Beautiful action. She almost is like a ballerina with that throw. Certainly one to keep tabs on. 11 goals so far here in Paris.
And many of those Ben David goals on screen right now. Faltering start in the group stages, but they've looked pretty good in the knockout stages. Big test for them today, though, against Turkey. Turkey squad, and another player to watch, that number 3, Sevda Altunaluk.
Another great player in the women's side of goalball, Sevda Altunaluk. 17 goals already. May have not seen the best of her at this Paralympic Games, but this is the moment where she will produce potentially one of her best displays.
And there is Turkey's run-in. 5-4 victory over Israel in the pool stages. It was a pretty narrow margin, so gives us hope of a keenly contested gold medal match on court. There are today's officials from Japan and Spain. And they will shortly be overseeing the pre-match patching process, which is where these players have their eye shades applied. And it's these eye shades that mean players with different levels of visual impairment can play alongside one another in a fair competition.
Goalball's unique with the referees, as their calls are heard around the venue and are important for the players, for the coaching staff, spectators, and for you at home. and help us follow the game.
Israel in their first ever, well, medal match of any description, but especially their first ever gold medal match. It's a huge moment for Israeli goalball. And they're always a colourful presence on court. The purple hair of Mizrahi, the blue hair of Ohayon. Turkey not yet giving the game away in terms of starting three, but we can expect Fatma Gulgula, Reyhan Yilmaz, Sevda Altunaluk. That's been the starting three in the competition so far.
Excited to watch Gula, 20 years of age. She's really taken a big role in this team compared to Tokyo, and it's allowed Sevda almost to breathe a little bit, knowing that she's got a teammate who can also find the back of the net.
Giving them a lot more in terms of attacking options, Turkey. Score goals from both wings. And the atmosphere absolutely brilliant in the South Paris Arena, and this is the Israel starting three. Expect to see Ohayon in the centre, Mizrahi and Ben David on the outside. No surprises there?
Yeah, or Mizrahi, brilliant tournament so far. She's complemented Lihi Ben David so well. In particular in that match against Brazil, I thought she was absolutely superb and contributed heavily to a fantastic win.
As Turkey starting three starts to take shape, it is indeed Gula, Yilmaz, Altunaluk. And that's a pretty formidable trio.
Certainly is. Reyhan Yilmaz, 233 blocks she has made throughout the Paralympics. She gets through so much defensive work, and it frees up Gula and Altunaluk to do their thing in an attacking phase of the game. Really important part of that Turkey team.
Fascinating to watch the contest between two great attacking players, Ben David and Altunaluk. Might be all about which one is on form on the day. It's going to be a brilliant matchup, and crowd are excited. Some Turkey fans in attendance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just under 90 seconds to go until the start of competition.
We just had the 90-second hooter, which means the patching process about to begin. Israel's coach, Raz Shoham, was coach for the Israel side in 2016, 2020. On those occasions, they reached the quarter-final. So much better this time round.
Match is about to begin, and just a reminder, once the whistle blows, we must be silent for the players.
Turkey coach Gultekin Karasu, he said a few days ago, the girls have set the bar so high, even finishing second would be a failure. He was coach for that gold in 2020, so very high standards from this Turkey side.
Very experienced coach, certainly in the last couple of years. Has led them to gold at the Europeans, at the Worlds. Desperate to do it again.
Audience, let's count down together to start off competition. 10.
So as we count down on court to these opening throws,
7.
let's hear from the officials who will give those final instructions to the players on court and to the crowd at the South Paris Arena.
This game is between Israel on my left, Turkey on my right. I'd like to remind everyone to keep quiet when the ball is in play and switch off your mobile phones. Thank you. Turkey starts with the ball. Quiet, please. Center. Play.
Turkey against Israel in the gold medal match, as Turkey chase a historic third gold medal in the women's event. Oh, equipment check, just seconds into play.
Players can't touch their eye shades when the ball is in play. They have to wait for permission from the referees.
And the force of that opening throw so much. Could dislodge some eye shades. Shows the power these players get into their throws. And here we have Ben David, who very talented attacking player for Israel. A roar of delight from Yilmaz in the centre. Now first throw for Gulgula. The purple hair of Mizrahi goes cross court. Some tense early exchanges.
Part of the game where the players are just feeling each other out, just trying to settle into the match.
Tunaluk's throw, skirting slightly close to the long ball line, but it was a legal throw. Ball has to bounce in both your own third of the court and also the neutral third. Can't bounce in the opposition's third. Gulgula advancing up court. Blocked by Ben David. Turkey have got 10 seconds to get this ball back into play, and they do. Ben David trying from a different side of court. And the ball bounces off court, so invalid throw and possession back with Turkey.
Ben David just testing both sides. Interesting that Old Tunaluk has only made 87 blocks before this gold medal match.
And what an early start from Sevda Altunaluk. And that is her 100th Paralympic goal. She's won a lot of golds as well. Altunaluk with the throw. Lots of bounce on that. And that is 100 goals for Sevda Altunaluk at a Paralympic Games.
What a player, what a start. Sevda Altunaluk, 100 Paralympic goals to add to her 57 goals at the IPSA World Championships in 2022. It's just that power and the bounce that she gets. It's a delight to watch. Always had the feeling that it could come down to Altunaluk or Lihi Ben David, who will play better. What a start for Sevda.
Brilliant throw from Sevda. Yeah, the battle of these two wingers, Ben David against Altunaluk. So far it's Sevda Altunaluk who's on top. Gulgula's throw. Oh, it's in the back of the net. And Turkey double their lead. And there's just over 2 minutes on the clock.
Well, now Sevda can just hand responsibility over to Gulgula. The youngster gets a huge goal in a gold medal match here in Paris, and having that opportunity just to give the ball to Gulgula, knowing that Sevda doesn't have to do all the work, it makes the team better. Turkey haven't been at their best, in my opinion, throughout the Paralympics. But is this the moment they're going to suddenly motor on?
And a testament to how strong Turkey have started, that Israel making an early change. Gal Hamrani coming on. She is the replacement Israeli centre, part of the Israel squad in 2016 and 2020. It's a sign that the Israeli coach thinks too many goals being conceded already.
Different player to Ronnie O'Hayon in the sense that Gal Hamrani can also add a few goals as well. Really good start for Turkey.
Ben David manoeuvring around the centre player. Blocked and gathered by Altunaluk. Mizrahi. Such a noisy team on court, Turkey. Makes them quite exciting to watch. In goalball, you're allowed to make noise right and up until your teammate starts their throwing action. So you get all variety of different noises on court. Makes it very entertaining.
Certainly do, and players will sing on court, they'll tap on the court. Try and work in perfect harmony. Ball over. This is a great way of building up some pressure in Goalball. Chance to have another go at scoring a goal, consecutive throws.
Gula's throw box, and it goes over halfway, so it's going to be Turkey ball. Turkey are not taking their foot off the accelerator. No respite for Israel. And they're going to have to face another throw from Sevda Altunaluk.
Bounce she gets, Sevda Altunaluk. It really is incredible. It's so hard to hear the ball when it really hangs in the air. Hard to pick up the sound of the bells. Beauty of Sevda Altunaluk is she just mixes it up. There's not one style that she goes for. She's brilliant at a lot of different techniques of throwing the ball. Some that really fizz across the court, some that really dig into the court and get that bounce. Makes it really difficult for the opposition.
Altunaluk really getting a lot of bounce on the ball. She's managing to find that sweet spot just before the long ball line. Good accuracy from her so far.
Sevda's conceded 2 long balls during the Paralympics, which is really interesting. Means that she's really sort of pushing that high ball line, getting up to the neutral area. Sometimes her discipline has lacked throughout the Paralympics, but at the moment she's got it spot on during this gold medal game.
Mizrahi's throw wide of the post. Turkey come into this match with so much experience. 2 consecutive gold medals in Rio and Tokyo. And they look like they're on their way to yet another. 3 goals for Turkey. And it's the number 3, Sevda Altunaluk.
It's the bounce again. Time spent in the air. It was perfect. Right on the line. And it just landed just before it got to Or Mizrahi. And Mizrahi just lifting her body off the court, which is a technique to try and ramp the ball over the top of the crossbar and try and cover the space. On that occasion, it just dips under. And no surprises that Israel are taking a timeout. They need to regroup. They've already made a substitution.
It's really not gone to plan for Israel so far. Turkey coach will be absolutely delighted. 2 Turkey players on the score sheet, Gula and Altunaluk. Shows the variety of attacking options that they have.
The interesting thing about the gold medal game now between Israel and Turkey at the Paralympics compared to the European Championship final was that getting into the European Championship final meant you secured your place here in Paris. Now, the winning and the title of being European champion is really huge, but there was a sense on the day that the gravitas and the momentum of just trying to get to the final itself was so tough.
Oh, and Israel have one back. And it's Lihi Ben David. And they needed her to make the breakthrough, and that's exactly what she's done.
Beautiful throw from Ben David. Placed into that right pocket. They talk about trying to go through those gaps between the centre and the wing players, trying to manipulate the defence around with your run-up. Brilliant from Ben David.
So how will Turkey respond? It's Gula. Blocked out by Ben David, and a bit of hope. Ooh, collision between Ben David and Mizrahi. Seems to be okay. Altunaluk. Load of bounce once again. Blocked by Mizrahi. Ooh, just wide of the post. Feels like Israel getting back into this.
Yeah, that goal was so big for Israel. Players will try and aim for that side netting of the goal. They'll practice it constantly in training. So close for Or Mizrahi.
Oh, interesting, Ben David. The ball was thrown against the head of her teammate Amrani. And that was close to a 10-second penalty. Let's listen in. The officials are going to confer about this. Let's try and hear what they have to say. Could be a penalty against Israel here. Here we see what led to that penalty. And David shaping up to throw, but she only ran into Amrani. And because she may have taken more than 10 seconds to get her throw away, there's a chance it could be a penalty.
It is a team penalty.
And so because it's a team penalty, it means Turkey can choose which Israeli player defends it. And it'll be interesting to see who they've chosen. Looks like Ben David. So it's Ben David who conceded the penalty, the 10-second violation. It's going to be Gula to throw. And it's right into the corner of the net. A clinically taken penalty from Fatma Gulgula.
Dispatched comfortably, lovely movement. Shaping to go to that right, and then at the last second switching it. It's such a skill. And she makes it look so easy. Fatma Gulgula. Just interesting on that penalty that was given away with that collision before. Was that substitution changing Oheon for Hamrani? Just causing a little bit of confusion. They're not used to playing with each other for the majority of the game and not knowing each other's games as well during the Paralympics and knowing the set patterns.
Oh, and Turkey have another. And that lead becomes a bit more comfortable. And it's Sevdral Tunaluk once again, and that's a hat-trick for the number 3.
Big players for the big games. It's a brilliant throw. Precision, the bounce, perfection from Sevdral Tunaluk. Watching a player at the peak of her powers, brilliant.
Mizrahi coming off for Israel. Just feel like Turkey may be targeting her a bit. A few of the recent goals have gone underneath her. And Israel making a change, and Ben David, the only player that remains on court from the starting 3. It's a sign that things not going Israel's way.
When you're having to make these changes so early, that's 2 substitutions inside the first 5 minutes. It completely changes the team dynamic. That was a settled starting 3 that knew their games. And now, all of a sudden, you find yourself 5-1 down with 2 new players onto the court in the gold medal game. Big moments for Israel.
Mohamed Ruzin, who's on court now. At the age of 15, she couldn't find a women's goalball team, so she helped to set one up. And she was the first team member. Now she's representing Israel in the gold medal match. Oh, it's a penalty. It's called as a long ball. So the ball bounced in the Turkey third of the court. It's going to be a chance one-on-one. Ben David gave it away. She'll have to defend. And it's the second penalty that Israel have conceded. Takes a position right on the high ball line. It's going to be Tunaluk to throw. Well, I wonder if the official intercepted that. Well, it was called as bouncing off court, so the ball was dead at that point. So in fact, it's a no throw, so the penalty is disallowed. And so the penalty is not converted, and Israel take a timeout. Interesting passage of play there.
Well, we like a little bit of drama in these gold medal games. And just when you thought the game was quite in a comfortable position, a little bit of drama. Well, Tunaluk has been outstanding in this first half, mixing up the throws, bounce, pace. A real joy to watch.
And 2 of those highlights you just saw, the ball going underneath number 4, Or Mizrahi. Perhaps why she was taken off. And good news for Israel, that penalty was not scored. It bounced off court. But they still trail by 4 goals. It's been a dramatic first half. We're not even halfway through. And another for Turkey, that's goal number 6. And Fatma Gulgula has shown how potent the partnership she set up with Sevda Altunaluk is. Brilliant goal.
Makes it so difficult when you've got new players out on the court. Heon and Ben David would have been used to that partnership, that link to close that left pocket. Turkey, brilliant.
Mohamed Ruzin, blocked by the body of Yilmaz. That's with Altunaluk. 3 goals to her name already. Mohamed Ruzin with a good block. Turkey once again targeting that near side wing, but Mohamed Ruzin holding firm. Gulgula right up to the high ball line, using all the space she's allowed. Ben David blocked by Yilmaz. Turkey rescue it, but they've got 10 seconds as Israel conceded a 10-second penalty early on.
It's important for Ben David not to really almost overforce this. She'll know that there is huge responsibility on her shoulders to get Israel back into the game, but the last thing that Israel need now is to concede a personal penalty. She's a brilliant player, Ben David, but she's got to be careful.
Altunaluk steadies herself on the frame of the goal. One of the many ways these players help to orientate themselves on court. Mohamed Ruzin gathered by the body of Gula. Looks like Israel preparing some more changes. Might be seeing Mizrahi back on. Israel do definitely need some goals. Mizrahi, one of their top goal scorers in the tournament. On the ball, well, nearly agonisingly crawled into the back of the net, but good defensive work by Mohamed Ruzin. Just stuck out a leg and put it out of play.
Quick thinking. And players will really sweep back towards the goal line. Their first thought is when they lose track of the ball is get back to the goal line, almost create a second barrier. Great thinking from Mohamed Ruzin. Acrobatic.
It was a real desperate last-ditch bit of defensive work. It did the job, kept the ball out. Now Ben David, she's trying everything from all sides of court, but hasn't gone her way so far. Ben David's throw blocked by Yilmaz. Ben David was flag bearer for Israel at the opening ceremony. Big icon of Israeli parasport. And Israel really need her in this gold medal match.
Israel just need a couple of moments now in the match just to almost soak up a bit of the pressure and get another goal. It's been an erratic first half. They've had substitutions, they've given away time penalties. Compared to Turkey, which has been so organised. I think it's important to also mention the role that Yilmaz is playing in the centre for Turkey. 233 blocks she made before going into the gold medal match. She does such a brilliant job of sweeping in front of Gulgula and Altunaluk. Takes the pressure off. It's a heavy ball, it's 1.25 kilograms. If you can soak up that weight and take it off Altunaluk and Gula, that's really important.
The ball scrambling around the Turkey area of court, and defence turns into attack. And it's Gulgula with yet another goal. And we're not even 3 minutes away from half-time, and Turkey already have a 6-goal lead.
4 goals in the game for Goalball. The youngster is putting on a masterclass of attacking display. And again, it's through that right pocket. Got to try and narrow that gap. Another substitution for Israel. It's all going wrong in this gold medal game. They've been so good throughout the Paralympics.
It's Ronnie Ahayon. She started the match in the centre of court. Tried something different, bring on Hamrani, but Israeli coach obviously thought it's not quite working. And I wonder if all this changing is maybe unsettling Israel even more than sticking with their starting 3.
It's so tough as a team when you're constantly changing players around and trying to almost just patch up different parts. You fix one problem and then another problem occurs. Turkey are taking full advantage.
Slightly slower ball from Mohamed Ruzin. Role of pace really important in goalball. Way of trying to catch the opponent unawares. And great defensive work once again from Mohamed Ruzin. She's put her body on the line several times now, and it's hope for Israel. A brilliant block from Mohamed Ruzin is turned into a goal from Lihi Ben David.
That's the importance of those crucial blocks, because it can create opportunities for the likes of Ben David. One thing leads to the next. Ben David with their 2nd goal. They need more of those.
There's certainly been no shortage of goals in this first half. 9 goals in about 9 minutes of play. Turkey wanted the penalty for the long ball. They thought the ball bounced in the Turkish area of court, but the referee says no. Interesting bit of clapping from Israel there.
Teams get creative. They can make noise before the ball has been thrown. We've had players who sing and clap and tap their hands on the court.
Ben David stumbled a bit in her run-up. She's had a few issues with her run-up today. Earlier she ran into Israeli centre. Bit of a stumble there. And a quick response from Ben David. Trying to spring a surprise on Turkey, but they're looking pretty solid.
That's where she can be at her absolute best, the Ben David, when she gathers that ball in one motion and whips one down the court.
Mohamed Ruzin. She's been impressive as a substitute. She scored the crucial goal in the semi-final right after she came onto court that got Israel to this gold medal match. She's made some important blocks. Ben David goes for the straighter ball, but Yilmaz looking really solid once again.
Brilliant player in the centre for Turkey. She just mops up everything.
Quick response from the Israeli centre. Quite rare to see a centre throwing the ball. In fact, it's her first throw of the match. Ben David with a skidding ball along the court. Dealt with by Gula. It's Gula who returns. Quick response from Ben David. Exchanging throws with Gula. Now Sevdral Tunaluk comes into the picture. Just 1 minute left.
Just observing the Israel line in front of the goal when they block the ball. The 2 wingers are quite deep. It's quite an evident triangle formation, and Tunaluk and Gula have really done a good job at those bouncing deliveries that just land the part of Ben David or Mizrahi or Mohamed Rusin. Makes it difficult to defend.
And that was called as ball over because the ball went over the halfway line. Falls back into Turkish possession. So Turkey with a chance to end this first half in the manner with which they started it. Altunaluk advancing up court, gathered by the Israeli centre, Ahayon. Just a few throws left in this first half. Ben David shaping up. And Turkey call the timeout with just 11.6 seconds on the clock. Interesting tactical move from the Turkey coach.
Time management really important when you get to the latter stages of the first and the second halves. So 10 seconds to return the ball, 11.6 seconds remain in the first half. Turkey will try to throw this ball and make sure that Israel can't reply. Some teams will actually count aloud. You'll hear teams just count down or count up, whichever way they prefer. And it's a way of just setting themselves, certainly at this stage of the half.
It's incredible just how few 10-second penalties you see. This game, one of the few I can remember in this tournament. These players very disciplined in how they get their throws away. Altunaluk starts off court, which is perfectly allowed in goal ball as long as it bounces on court, which that throw does.
There's time here for Israel to get a good throw off.
I feel like Turkey maybe could have kept hold of the ball a bit longer, but no matter, they defend it well. And that is an absolutely incredible first half for Turkey. And they are on course for their third consecutive gold medal. It was a brilliant start. Goals from Altunaluk and Gula. Altunaluk racking up her 100th Paralympic goal in the process. And an absolute masterclass from Turkey. Well might their fans celebrate. That was a brilliant performance.
Well-organised first half from Turkey.
And the half-time score, Israel 2, Turkey 7.
The difference for Turkey compared to Tokyo is having that option of the youngster, Gula, just taking a little bit of the pressure off Sevda Altunaluk. Compared to Tokyo, where Altunaluk scored 46 goals, only the 17 before the gold medal match. But now it's given Altunaluk the chance to really shine in this gold medal game. She's been outstanding.
Here we see just how outstanding she's been. Succession of goals from Altunaluk and her partner in crime, Fatma Gulgula. Gulgula getting on the score sheet as well. And between them, they've built up a formidable lead. It's not all been one-way traffic, though. Goal from Lehi Ben David. And two, in fact, over the course of that first half. But it's mostly gone Turkey's way, and they've really targeted Mizrahi on the near wing. So much so, she was taken off. And there, the story of that first half. It's a story of absolute Turkey dominance.
Only the one penalty converted by Turkey. It just shows how well they've put away their throws. They've not required penalties to be in this position. It's all about the start in this second half for Israel. They can't allow for a slow start.
And as the second half about to get underway, it's 7-2 to Turkey. And we'll shortly hear officially from the officials whether any changes were made, but looks like the same three players on court for Israel. And no surprise, 1-2-3 for Turkey. the trio that's given them such success, not just in this Paralympics, but previous ones as well.
Israel on my right. Half-time score is Turkey 7, Israel 2. Israel starts with the ball. Quiet, please. Center. Play.
Israel against Turkey, and Israel with a lot to do. 5 goals, the deficit. And as things stand, Turkey on course for a historic 3rd gold medal.
Nice dummy run, causing a bit of confusion for Turkey. Players can make noise before the ball has been thrown.
Ben David scored both of Israel's 2 goals. But they need many, many more from her. Turkey looking really dominating, and the ball scrambling around the goal line. It's good defence once again from Mohamed Ruzin.
That's the 3rd time now in the game. Brilliant last-ditch defence from Mohamed Ruzin. You have to be so alert as a player, not only to that initial first block, but to the second as well. And to react quickly, to get back to the goal line. Your first thought, to get back to the goal line. Great work.
And as stark as the scoreline looks for Israel, if it wasn't for Mohamed Ruzin, could easily be double figures. Strong block from Yilmaz. Great strength to send the ball out of play.
You need really good core strength as a goalball player. You know, players don't just lie flat on the court. They'll slightly raise their bodies, almost like you're doing a plank sideways. It's a tough workout for the players. Never mind having to block a ball that weighs 1.25 kilograms.
And if you've just joined Goalball for the first time and you're wondering about the ball, yes, it has a bell inside. So the players relying entirely on the sound of the ball. And that's why this crowd has to be absolutely silent. Altunaluk from centre of court. Lots of bounce on that. And shepherded out by Ahayon. Mohamed Ruzin. We know she can score. She scored in the semi-final, but nothing from her yet in terms of goals. Big defensive contribution, but not yet on the score sheet. And now Ben David. Altunaluk. Mohamed Ruzin once again. Goalgula advancing up court. Goalgula said that although she was happy with the 3-1 win over Brazil in the semi-final, she was annoyed that Turkey conceded. She's got very high standards. She said she's been working hard at goalball every day since the age of 12. She really puts the work in.
Lovely bounce from Sevda Altunaluk. Sometimes during the Paralympics, she's conceded a few long ball penalties. That's where the ball doesn't bounce in that centre section. But she's getting it spot on at the moment during this gold medal game, and it's causing problems. The Israel defence is deep back in their team area. It makes it really tricky to pick out the ball when the ball just hangs in the air. Joy to watch.
Altunaluk, and it's straight as an arrow, right into the corner. And so hard to defend from Sevda Altunaluk.
She can bounce the ball, but she can also produce moments like this, where it fizzes across the court. Joy, total joy for Turkey.
What a celebration from Ryan and Yilmaz. And Sevda Altunaluk can hardly believe it. Struggling to keep her composure on court. She knows how close they are to that 3rd gold medal.
A player that's achieved so much in the game And it just shows that no matter how many medals you've won, you just want to keep being successful. What a star she is. Brilliant player. And she's delivered on the big stage when they needed her most. People have talked that she's not had the tournament compared to Tokyo. But it doesn't matter when you're producing fantastic attacking player she is during this gold medal game.
And if there's one thing about her, she can switch it on in the big games. And she had a slightly faltering group stage, conceded a few penalties, but she really can turn it on when it counts. And 6 goals Turkey lead as we emerge from this timeout. Looks like she can hardly believe it. But she'll need to concentrate. Only takes 1 second in goalball for a goal to go against you. Ben David trying to move silently across court. Doesn't give the game away. Turkey coach appealing for a penalty, as he does do quite frequently, but not given this time. Quick response from the Israeli centre, but wide of the post.
Frustration for Israel in this second half is they've actually been far more defensively solid. If it wasn't for the first half where things were just all going slightly wrong, they'd be well in this game.
Yes, Israel only conceded 1 goal in this second half, compared to 7 in the first. I feel like maybe bringing on Mohamed Ruzin's had a good impact in terms of their defensive shape. Goalball steadies herself on the goal frame. Rapid response from Ben David. Ball bounces off court.
Players use that frame of the goal to position themselves on the court, and the court markings are also slightly raised so they can navigate their way around the court. Certainly those lines in the team area are really important to position yourself in the left and right position, and also in the centre of the court. That move of picking up the ball, Ben David was desperate to try and get that ball released.
Oh, good teamwork from Turkey. It's a combination of Goalball and Yilmaz. Together they kept the ball out. Ben David to Mohamed Ruzin. Slower ball cross court, but gathered by Goalball. Play stops for an equipment check. Usually it means some eye shades have come loose, or in this case it's a shoelace. The Israeli centre are high on. Good refereeing there, always looking out for the safety of the players.
It's a crucial part of the game for the referees. They're not just managing the long ball and high ball penalties and making those big calls. Safety of the players is absolutely paramount, and a simple shoelace can cause injury. Great refereeing.
Yeah, the pace at which these players move around court. Certainly don't want any accidents. Altunaluk seems to have composed herself, and now she's got her game head on and she's looking formidable once again. We've got Goalball. Good example of the expanded role that Goalball plays. 4 goals each for her and Altunaluk. No longer her role just to give the ball to Sevda. She's very much an equal part of this team.
Change in the dynamic for Turkey compared to Tokyo and here in Paris. That almost 50-50 split between Goalball and Altunaluk.
Just an extra layer of offensive threat. Israel appealed for the penalty, but not given. Now Turkey take the timeout. I feel like the Turkey coach pretty happy with how things are progressing.
45 seconds just to get some important words over to the players. I'm sure for Turkey it's just more of the same. Keep it compact. Take the chances when you are given them. Yilmaz for me in the centre for Turkey. And Another great shift. She does such a great job of being able to sweep in front of Oltunaluk and Gula. She's such a strong defender. More often than not, it's not just a simple block, it's a boot away. You know, clearing the ball away from any danger.
And although the wingers often get the glory and get their names on the score sheet, the importance of a good centre cannot be understated. And Rayhan Yilmaz certainly one of the best. Mohamed Ruzin blocked by Yilmaz. Gulgula right up to that high ball line, blocked by the legs of Mohamed Ruzin. Exactly halfway through the second half, and it's looking pretty comfortable for Turkey.
Interesting that Turkey will try and target towards that right side of the Israel goal, try and keep the ball away from Ben David. Even though Ben David will throw more often than not, it just gives an extra couple of seconds for the Turkey team to reset. That was close, but I think that was just on the line. She's given away a few long ball penalties, Oltunaluk, but she's been on the money throughout the gold medal game.
Yeah, no penalties conceded by Turkey at all in this match. Really good discipline from them. Good block from Mohamed Ruzin. Their accuracy has caused them problems in the past, Turkey, racking up the penalties, but they've really turned it on in this gold medal match. Fingertip save from Oltunaluk. Good in defence as well as attack.
Hardly any noise was coming off the ball. That's all about positioning and practice and understanding the opposition's games. They'll talk a lot with the coaching staff about the style of the throws of the opposition. I'm sure a lot of work would have been done on Ben David.
I did think today might be a battle of Oltunaluk versus Ben David, but we've had Fatma Gulgula in the mix as well. It's the Turkey trio that's definitely coming out on top. Slightly slower ball and it trickles towards the goal line. And really hard to deal with those slowly bouncing balls.
It's not always about pace. You can spin the ball. And those throws.
Well, Israel have closed the gap. And Lihi Ben David single-handedly keeping Israel in this game. And just as it looked like Israel were down and out, it's a great throw from Ben David.
Gorgeous from Ben David. Just shifting her run up to the left and then putting it into that top right corner. Just shifting the Turkey team to her left. And slotting it over to the far corner. That was excellent from Ben David.
So Turkey can't celebrate quite yet. Still 5 minutes left on the game clock and lots can happen in that time. And they'll need to maintain their accuracy and their discipline. Now Sevda Oltunaluk. Well blocked by Mohamed Ruzin. And this combination of goals from Ben David, blocks from Mohamed Ruzin, keeping Israel's hopes alive. And the ball bobbling towards the goal, but swept up by Yilmaz.
The agility from Yilmaz just to push herself back to the goal line. Great play.
Oltunaluk wanted that one. She's got the ball in her hand. And Mohamed Ruzin, who's been intercepting the Turkish throws very well. Israel looking much more comfortable since she arrived on court. This is Israel's first ever medal match of any colour in goalball, so it was always going to be a tall order. Perhaps Turkey's experience starting to come through as Gulgula shapes up to throw. And it's Mohamed Ruzin with the block. Hayon almost hiding in the net to get out the way of Ben David. Doesn't want the collision that happened in the first half.
Elham Ahmed Rusin, really solid ever since she's come out onto the court from the team bench area. She's really shored up that side of the Israel goal.
And the numbers don't lie, just one goal conceded in this second half. And Israel take the timeout, and it's not impossible, but very tall order from this point for Israel.
Turkey got over the line in the European Championship final between these two teams in 2023. And they're doing it again. That extra bit of experience in the gold medal games.
Turkey fans in great voice, but the referee will shortly bring them to order. These players rely on total silence so they can hear the bounce of the ball and the bell that's inside. Ben David, she's worked so hard to find an opening. She scored all 3 of Israel's goals. Turkey coach once again demanding the penalty.
You always think it's a penalty.
They very animated, both these sets of coaches. They do have to stay in that box, so not allowed to leave it, however frustrated they are.
Coaches try and get creative with trying to communicate with their players when they have gaps in play. They'll try and just leave at least a toe in the team bench here and really stride across to talk to their players.
Ben David from the centre of court used her feet just to work out where the centre line was. Lots of spin and bounce, but Yilmaz once again gets it spot on. Well, Turkey are making a change, and sounds like Sevda Altunaluk coming off. He's been absolutely fantastic in this match, but being replaced by Berfin Altan in her first Paralympic Games. She's the only player who wasn't in the squad for Tokyo 2020. She's just 20 years of age. And what a big ask of her to come on court in these final 2 minutes. And great experience for her too.
Well, she's played 2 minutes so far and got a goal in those 2 minutes. She's just got a little bit over in this gold medal game. What a moment for Berfin Altan to play in a gold medal game at the Paralympics.
Ben David wide of the post, and Turkey will be happy to see that clock tick down. We might start to see them taking a bit more time with their throws. Every one of their permitted 10 seconds. Mohamed Rizin. Turkey grab the ball, and here is the new arrival, Altan. Goes cross-court, grabbed by Ben David. Turkey are making another change. Perhaps a sign that Turkey think the match is won. And it's going to be Seydanar Kaplan to come on. Yilmaz to come off, and a warm embrace between Yilmaz and her coach. They know the gold medal is nearly theirs. Kaplan coming on. She was part of that Tokyo gold-winning team. And some court time that she'll always remember at the end of this gold medal match. 5 goals the advantage. Just 83 seconds on the clock. It is all but won for Turkey.
You don't get many times in a goalball career where you're playing in such a big match and almost the pressure's off coming into the final stages.
They will take their time with these remaining few throws, let the clock run down. We must say credit to Israel. They have shored things up in the second half. It looks at one stage like it could be the 10-goal deficit, which would bring this match to an early end. Certainly not what you want in a gold medal match, but they've certainly got things together in the second half. As the clock ticks down towards the final hooter, can Israel get a consolation goal? Just wide of the post, and it's another Turkey change. So we're seeing another Altunaluk coming onto court, not Sevda, but her sister Sevtap. It's a real family affair in this Turkey squad. And the Turkey coach determined that as many players will enjoy this moment as possible. And Gula makes way, and fantastic time on court for Fatma Gulgula.
What a moment for these three players out on the court now to finish the game in the gold medal match. Sevtap Altunaluk was introduced to goalball by her sister Sevda. What a moment for Sevtap Altunaluk. She has scored goals at the Paralympic Games. She scored 2 in Tokyo.
And a proud moment for the whole Altunaluk family, for the whole of this Turkey squad. Ben David with the rotation throw. It's gathered by Altan. Final few throws of this match. And what a match it's been, a masterclass from Turkey on the verge of a historic victory. First throw for Sevtap Altunaluk as her sister watches on. And 6.6 seconds on the clock. 10-second shot clock in goalball. So these players, if they wish, can just count down to victory, but they're determined to have a final shot. As the clock runs down towards an important moment, as Turkey make history, the first women's side to win 3 gold medals, and their 3 consecutive gold medals at that. And in large part, it's down to that woman, Sevda Altunaluk. An incredible performance from her and from this whole Turkey side. And the emotions, clear how much it means to this Turkey squad, coaches and players alike. And a fantastic end to a fantastic game in this gold medal match.
What a team, what a performance, thoroughly deserved. That first half was scintillating. Particularly that starting 3, tremendous.
And as Turkey celebrate, commiserations for Israel. Well, they should take heart from the fact they've never won a Paralympic goalball medal before. And now they have a silver medal to their name. A huge moment, and it might not feel like it right now, but they've achieved a great deal in Paris and plenty to build on for LA in 2028.
It was silver at the European Championships for Israel. It's silver at the Paralympic Games, but they were marvellous throughout this tournament. Some great moments, some individual brilliance as well. Lihi Ben David coming up with some big goals at big times. Ormis Rahi, I thought, during the knockout stages, produced some key performances to get them to the gold medal game. Just a step too far on this occasion, but I'm sure they'll be back. But for now, it's Turkey. What a brilliant team they are. I thought it was really special that all 6 of those players got an opportunity to be out on the court during the gold medal game. They can all celebrate together, knowing that they've all played a part.
And Israel take the plaudits from the crowd. They were just second best today, but today really belonged to Turkey, and as they celebrate with loved ones and coaching staff, they really have made history. It was gold in Rio, gold in Tokyo, now gold in Paris. And Israel celebrate their first ever medal, and a silver medal that I'm sure will live long in the memory.
It's an incredible achievement in itself. Israel securing their first Paralympic medal. Hoping that'll be a catalyst to go forward to the next Paralympic Games, to try and go a step forward further. I'm sure they'll have to try and face up to Turkey again. They won't rest at 3 gold medals, this Turkey side. They'll be aiming for a 4th, but they'll enjoy the moment here in Paris.
It's been remarkable, Turkey's run. They didn't make the best start. They drew their first game, they lost their second game, but they've pulled it together when it counts. And wonderful to see these 2 sides embracing their old adversaries in terms of women's goalball, coming up against each other in many big tournaments, and nice to see them closing this match in the most sporting possible way.
Et félicitations à nouveau aux 2 équipes, la Turquie championne paralympique et Israël médaille d'argent de ces Jeux paralympiques de Paris.
Congratulations both teams once again. Turkey Paralympics winners in Paris 2024 and silver.
And it was Turkey who prevailed when these sides came up against each other in the groups. And it's Turkey once again in the gold medal match. 4 goals from Sevda Altunaluk, 4 from Fatma Gulgula. And the final score, Israel 3, Turkey 8. Two Altunaluks alongside one another. Sevda and Sevta. Proud day for the Altunaluk family. Sevda's 3rd gold medal, 2nd for Sevta. And confirmation of the full-time score in the gold medal game. It's Israel 3, Turkey the gold medal with 8.
Part of the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Audience, please stick around. Your tickets are good also.
The women's side of the competition has been absolutely brilliant. Lots of really interesting twists and turns. A lot of talk about China potentially getting to the gold medal game. There was an upset there.
Followed by victory ceremonies for both women's and men's.
It's been a really competitive women's event, and that pool group in particular, you had Turkey, you had Israel, you had Brazil, you had China, and they ended up being the teams to watch. And there we have how that gold medal match played out. 8 goals from Turkey, and just the 1 penalty given away by Israel.
Not much in it. The blocks and the throws, but that important stat right at the top. And that first half performance really was fantastic.
And here we have the final rankings in the women's goalball. Gold for Turkey, silver for Israel, their first ever Paralympic medal, and it's bronze for the People's Republic of China. And Brazil, for the 3rd time in succession, finish in 4th place. Thank you very much for joining us for a brilliant women's gold medal match. In the end, it was Turkey that were just too strong, and that go away.
Allez, on va
gold
regarder
medal.
les meilleurs moments de ce match pour la médaille d'or. C'est sur les écrans géants.
Please direct your attention to the video board for highlights from the women's gold medal match. The Paris 2024 organizing committee would like to thank all volunteers for their time and dedication toward making the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games a success.
Mesdames et messieurs, ils sont avec moi. On les remercie bien fort, s'il vous plaît. Ce sont les volontaires Paris 2024 qui font un travail formidable depuis le début de ces Jeux paralympiques. Allez, j'ai 4 volontaires à mes côtés. Vos prénoms à tous. Mao, Clara, Bernadette,
André.
Il y a tous les âges, comme on peut le voir. Je vais vous demander à vous 4 votre meilleur souvenir rapidement de ces Jeux paralympiques. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Les rencontres, l'ambiance, c'est quoi?
Oui, les rencontres, l'ambiance, mais il y a tout qui est bien ici, donc on ne sait pas quoi choisir comme souvenir.
La découverte de ce sport, pas mal moins connu par rapport aux autres.
Et vous?
Et le goalball, c'est trop bien sur le terrain. Pareil.
Est-ce que ça va vous manquer quand même? Parce que c'est la dernière journée de goalball là.
Ah oui, on va être trop triste.
On va être triste, mais on aura bien fait la fête tous ensemble. Merci à vous. Merci en tout cas pour tout le temps que vous nous avez donné depuis le début de ces Jeux paralympiques. Vous êtes formidables, vous avez toujours le sourire. On vous adore. Bravo à tous. Bravo à tous les volontaires. On les remercie. Profitez du service d'audio description et de commentaires en direct. Scannez le QR code sur l'écran vidéo. Le service est disponible une fois connecté sur l'application officielle Paris 2024.
Make the most of our audio description and live commentary service. Scan the QR code on the video board and it's available once you log in to the official Paris 2024 app.
Vous pouvez désormais vous tourner vers les écrans vidéo proches des tribunes pour revivre les meilleurs moments du match.
Please direct your attention to the video board for highlights of the men's road to the gold.
Alors on danse. 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 Réveillera encore. Réveillera encore. Réveillera encore. Réveillera encore. Réveillera encore.
Un tonnerre d'applaudissements pour nos moppers.
Thank you, Moppers! Great show!
Allez mesdames, messieurs, dans quelques minutes maintenant le match pour savoir qui sera sacré champion paralympique de goalball. Match entre l'Ukraine et le Japon et quelques informations sur les deux équipes avant le début de cette rencontre. L'Ukraine avait pris la 7e place des derniers Jeux paralympiques à Tokyo et la médaille de bronze au championnat du monde 2022. Le Japon, de son côté, avait pris la 5e place des derniers Jeux paralympiques à Tokyo, donc à domicile. Et le Japon qui reste également sur une 2e place aux Jeux paralympiques d'Asie en 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, soon starting Paris 2024 Paralympics Goalball men's gold medal game, Ukraine against Japan. Ukraine placed 7th and Japan placed 5th in Tokyo 2020 Paralympics Goalball. Here in Paris, quarter-final game, Ukraine against Islamic Republic of Iran. Final score was 6-3, and semi-final game, Ukraine against Brazil. Final score 6-4. Japan-USA quarter-final game, final score was 6-4, and semi-final game, Japan against People's Republic of China, score was 13-5. Top scorers from both teams, Ukraine number 1, Vasil Olinik, 18 goals, and Japan number 8, Miyachiki Koji, 20 goals. Soon coming last game in Paralympics 2024 goalball, Ukraine-Japan. Who is taking gold from Paris? Let's see. And we are having victory ceremonies for women and men after this game. Enjoy!
Mesdames et messieurs, il est temps de faire place aux athlètes qui vont jouer pour la médaille d'or. Merci d'accueillir les équipes d'Ukraine et du Japon.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to meet our athletes for the men's gold medal game. Please welcome Ukraine and Japan.
Nous allons maintenant découvrir les joueurs de l'Ukraine.
Now it's time to meet the players from Ukraine.
Numéro 1.
Number 1, Vasil Olinik.
Numéro 2.
Number 2, Anton Strelchuk.
Numéro 3.
Number 3, Fedir Sidorenko.
Numéro 4.
Number 4, Yevgeny Tihonenko.
Numéro 5.
Number 5, Rodion Chiholin.
Numéro 7.
Number 7, Alexander Toporkov.
L'entraîneur de l'équipe.
Coach Fedir Dubrovin.
L'entraîneur assistant.
Assistant coach Anton Dubrovin.
Et la responsable du staff.
Staff Victoria Posivailo.
Nous allons maintenant découvrir les joueurs du Japon.
Now it's time to meet the players from Japan.
Numéro 1.
Number 1, Sano Yuto.
Numéro 2.
Number 2, Tori Haruki.
Numéro 3.
Number 4, Taguchi Yuchi.
Numéro 5.
Number 5, Hagiwara Noki.
Numéro 7.
Number 7, Kaneko Kazuya.
Et numéro 8.
Number 8, Miyajiki Kozi.
L'entraîneur de l'équipe.
Coach Kudori Kiya.
L'entraîneur assistant.
Assistant coach Hayashi Ryoga.
Et le responsable du staff.
Staff Tochigi Takahiro.
Les arbitres de la rencontre sont
The referees for the match are Antonios Christodoulos from Greece and Romualdas Vaitiekus from Lithuania.
Et maintenant, pour partager l'esprit sportif international, la traditionnelle poignée de main d'avant-match entre les deux équipes.
And now in a show of international sportsmanship, both teams will exchange pre-game handshakes.
Les équipes vont maintenant s'échauffer. Nous vous rappelons que le silence est très important dans cette compétition et nous vous demandons de respecter la haute concentration dont les athlètes doivent faire preuve dans ce sport.
The teams will now warm up and we remind you that silence is highly important for this competition. Athletes require high concentration, therefore we expect everyone to act in a respectful manner during the competition.
Welcome to the South Paris Arena. It's day 8 of goalball at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. The day where dreams come true and history will be made. It's the gold medal match in the men's side of the competition between Ukraine and Japan. Neither of these teams have won a Paralympic medal until now, but who will claim the gold medal? It's an exciting match ahead. Two great teams of the competition so far.
I'm really excited for this one. Two sides that play really differently, so we'll see two very different versions of goalball strategy. Ukraine, more traditional setup. Japan, lots of movement, lots of fluidity on court. Should be a really good matchup, and we're guaranteed to have a new men's champion.
I'm delighted to welcome you along to the sport of goalball, unique to the Paralympic Games. It's one of two sports that doesn't have an Olympic equivalent. It's designed for athletes with a vision impairment. The route to the gold medal game for Ukraine and Japan. It was a brilliant semi-final between Brazil and Ukraine. And Japan, too much for People's Republic of China. Two teams competing in the gold medal match at the Paralympic Games for the very first time. All the players are required to wear patches and blackout eye shades to ensure a level playing field across the competition. And teams consist of 6 players, with 3 members playing at any one time. It's a simple game, goalball at heart. The aim is to try and throw a ball past your opponent and into the back of the net. It sounds simple, but a lot of hard work really goes into the game of goalball. Players use a variety of different throwing techniques to release the ball, including the 180 degrees turn, full rotation, and even some players throw the ball between their legs. We'll see a lot of players using that full rotation throw. Exciting match ahead. Ukraine, the current European champions, against Japan, who claimed gold at the ISR World Games. And now a chance for the gold medal at the Paralympic Games here in Paris. It's a great atmosphere inside the South Paris Arena. High anticipation ahead of this men's gold medal game, but the crowd will fall silent once the game gets underway. It's just another unique aspect of goalball. The ball is a similar size to a basketball and has 2 bells inside with 8 holes around the ball so players can hear those bells. It weighs 1.25 kilograms. It's a heavy ball. It's a serious workout for the players.
5 minutes remaining until
Japan's squad includes Koji Miyazaki. 20 goals so far here in Paris.
I'm really interested what role Miyazaki is going to play. In the early matches, he very much used as a substitute, but in semi-final, he was starting on court, so it'll be interesting to see.
2 defeats in the first 2 games for Japan that have been brilliant ever since.
Now the starting lineup from Japan.
Ukraine, including Vasil Olinik. 18 goals so far here in Paris. 5 goals against Brazil in the semi-final.
He's got a fantastic bouncing ball, Vasil Olinik. Really hard to defend against, and it's that's helped propel Ukraine through to this gold medal match.
2 close games against Islamic Republic of Iran and Brazil. Brazil, the current Paralympic gold medalists. will have a new name today. It's a sport that requires great physical and mental strength, as players can use any part of their body to block the ball. Communication also really crucial between the players on the court and the coaching staff in the team bench area. The court is separated into 3 sections. Either side of the centre line is the neutral area, and the areas in front of the goals are known as the team area. And when players throw the ball has to bounce twice, once in the team area and once in the neutral area. Our referees from Greece and Lithuania, an experienced pair, they'll help us guide through the game. The players, the coaches, the supporters, and for you at home. Players can use the frame of the goal to position themselves on the court, and the lines are slightly raised, they're tactile, so they can orientate themselves around the team area and across the court. Final preparations for the players. A few more seconds to be one with your thoughts ahead of a huge game here at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. The referees will be checking the eye shades and the patching of all the players. Starting 3. Taguchi, Kaneko, Miyajiki.
Looks like Miyajiki starting on court, just as he did in the semi-final. He's Japan's biggest offensive threat, and he's been used in different roles, both a super sub, but today starting on court for the gold medal match.
Yuka Kudo, head coach for Japan. Played for Japan at the 2010 Asian Para Games and coached the team to gold at the IPSA World Games, and was also the coach in Tokyo. Olinik, Strelchik and Toporkov for Ukraine.
Expect to see Toporkov in the centre of court, where he's been rock solid all tournament. Olinik with his threatening bouncing ball.
Fedir Debrovin, head coach for Ukraine. He started this team. Gold at the IPSA European Championships, bronze at the World Championships, and now a chance to try and win the gold at the Paralympic Games.
Audience, let's count down together to start of men's gold.
We are nearly ready to go. After 8 days and 21 games in the men's side of the competition, it all comes down to this.
This is the men's gold medal game between Ukraine on my left and Japan on my right. I'd like to remind everyone to keep quiet while the ball is in play and switch off your mobile phones. Thank you. Ukraine starts with the ball. Quiet, please, center. Play.
Ukraine against Japan, the men's gold medal game at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Neither of these sides have claimed a Paralympic medal. That changes today, but who will claim the gold? Star players on either side. Anton Strelchik with the throw and a ball over, so it goes back to Ukraine. It crosses over the centre line.
Great early psychological boost for Ukraine, that ball over. Means they get a second bite at the cherry.
Vasil Olinik with that throw for Ukraine. 18 goals so far here in Paris. He scored 5 goals against Japan in the previous meeting here at the Paralympic Games. It was a close match between the two teams. Only the 1 goal in it. Will it be more of the same in the gold medal game? Miyajiki. Olinik with the throw. Testing. Kaneko, the number 7. His gold boots on. Will he have a gold medal around his neck? Anton Stelschik played a really key part in the IPSA European Championship final. 3 goals in that final.
You may have noticed Japan deliberately putting the ball out of play there. It's because they have 10 seconds in which to launch their shot. Better to concede possession than give away a penalty one-on-one.
Ukraine, 28 goals scored, 24 goals conceded. They're an all-round, really well-organised unit. Compared to Japan, who've scored 44 goals. And this man has contributed a lot of them. Players can use the frame of the goal to position themselves on the court, as well as the court markings that are slightly raised, to navigate their way around the team area, that area right in front of the goal.
We just saw an early taste of that bounce from Olinik. Generates such bounce on the ball.
And it's the first goal of this gold medal game. And it is Kazuya Kaneko. His 20th goal here in Paris. And his biggest goal yet.
What an important early goal for Japan. I wonder if Ukraine might be a bit disappointed with the defence. It's all about getting a strong leg on the ball, but the ricochet just took it back into the end of the back of the Ukraine net. It's an important early goal for Japan.
Kaneko, 8 goals in the semi-final against People's Republic of China. Outstanding performance in the semi-final. Ukraine conceded their 25th goal. Defence is a huge part of their game. It was a huge win over Brazil in the semi-finals. The current Paralympic gold medalists, 3-time world champions Brazil.
Example of Japan's fluidity, just as one player throwing a dummy on the other side of court. Trying to give Ukraine the impression the throw was coming in from the other side. Clever play from Japan.
Forcing that bounce, Anton Stelschik said that playing for the gold medal is incredible, but it's Japan who have started this game so well. That's 2, and it's Miyajiki this time for Japan.
Miyajiki starts on court. Turns out to have been a good decision. Right in the corner of the goal. So hard to defend when you put it in that sweet spot.
Beautifully placed by Miyajiki. That's 21 goals now. And a timeout called by Ukraine. Teams have 4 timeouts throughout a match, but they can't use all 4 in the second half. Important timeout for Ukraine.
Yeah, they just need to regather their thoughts. They need to work out how they're going to take the game to this Japan side. They really need some more of those menacing throws from Olinik. It's been all Japan in these early encounters. Such threat from Kaneko and Miyajiki.
Japan, it's the first time They've been at a Paralympic Games, qualifying through the process of regional tournaments. They were the hosts in Tokyo. Amazing achievement to get to the gold medal game. As for Ukraine, Anton Strelchik, it's been a long journey of 16 years for this team. Gold at the European Championships. And competing now for the gold medal at the Paralympic Games. Miyajiki. Nice switch up.
Noticeable that Miyajiki gets straight back on his feet after he defends the ball. It's a real skill that he has. Takes a lot of physical fitness, but it means he can mount a surprise attack.
Anton Strelchik again. He's taking responsibility so far in this gold medal game. Using the frame of the goal to position themselves on the court. Has to bounce twice in goalball, once inside the team area. Those two zones right in front of the goal, and once in the neutral area, the two sections either side of the centre line. Miyajiki so disciplined, he's not conceded a personal penalty thus far at the Paralympic Games. He's been averaging a goal every 3.5 minutes. Teams have 10 seconds to return the ball. It creates a high-tempo game. Toporkov in the centre for Ukraine. Sometimes goes under the radar, but really important part. He's made the block, and Ukraine get there first at the gold medal game, and Anton Strelchik finally breaks through.
A lot of bounce on that ball from Anton Strelchik, and it's all about finding the gap between the defenders. Good work from Strelchik. Despite both players fully extending their legs, trajectory of the ball took it through into the back of the net.
A goal in the European Championship final has a goal in the gold medal match here at the Paralympic Games. Huge moment for Anton Strelchik, big moment for Ukraine. That's it, Olinik. He's taken the mantle. Most goals for Ukraine at Paralympic Games. One Paralympic Games, I should say. Yeah, I've got options off the bench, Ukraine. Rodion Jahalin. 12 goals in Tokyo, 3 goals here in Paris. Miyajiki.
Trying different angles there, move towards the centre of the court. Usually he'd play on the wing, so trying to catch Ukraine by surprise.
It's a 9-metre wide goal. You have to really stretch out and try and block every inch you can. Using that frame of the goal to position themselves on the court. Kaneko with the effort there. It's been an intriguing opening quarter of this gold medal game. Good defensive work, working in pairs. Switching it up, Anton Strelchik.
Definitely the most even of the medal games we've seen so far. It's really hard to call it at this point.
Two new teams in a gold medal game. Just settling the nerves down.
They're beautiful to watch, Japan, the way all three players move with synchronicity. Got a real fluidity to them that's really appealing to watch. It's good strategy as well, because if you're defending, you don't know where the throw's going to come from.
Mopping the floor, sweat dripping down. 8 days of goalball, one final big push. Gold medal game, especially when you're trying to throw this ball that weighs 1.25 kilograms. And players have reached speeds of up to 38 miles per hour throwing this ball. The upper body strength is insane. And you can use any part of your body to block the ball. Yajiki with the throw. Good bounce on that one. Topolkov makes it look easy. Interesting to note the central player in both sides. They may not be the ones that throw the ball, but they play a huge part in coordinating the defence, and communication really key in goalball.
And we have two very strong centres on court. Played a really crucial role in getting their teams to this point.
Ball over back to Japan, the ball crossing or exiting at the neutral area, those two zones right in the centre of the court. It's been a trademark of his game so far at the Paralympic Games with Vasyl Olinik. Digging it into the court. Timeout call by Japan.
And what I'm interested to see is what role Miyahiki will play. He's yet to play a full match on court, so Japan will likely need to take him off just because of the physical way he plays. He often needs a bit of a rest, and Ukraine might see that as something of a power play opportunity to get some goals on the score sheet. So interesting to see whether he'll be on court for the remainder of this first half and the second half too.
Players will move around the team area. They won't necessarily just stick in their starting position. Also make a little bit of a noise before the ball is thrown. Teams will sometimes get very creative with the way they make noises before ball is released. Anton Strelchik this time for Ukraine. Good movement from Kaneko. Both of these teams work in great harmony. They all know their games really well. It's a father and son coaching combination for Ukraine. Fedir and Anton Dubrovin. All over back to Japan. Goes back to Japan, who threw the ball. Crowd eager to applaud that defensive work, but they have to remain silent whilst the ball is in play. The referee will remind the crowd throughout the game. All the players wearing blackout eye shades. Great to level playing field across the competition. It's another ball over for Japan. They're building up some momentum.
Ball overs often a really good gauge of which way the pendulum's swinging in terms of momentum. Successive ball overs in Japan's favour.
Interesting that Anton Strelchik is getting through a lot more defensive work compared to Vasyl Olinik on the right of the Ukraine three. Japan are trying to avoid him. And it's a long ball. against Japan and against Miyazaki. He'd not conceded a personal penalty at the Paralympic Games. What a moment to concede your first one in the gold medal game. And he'll have to face this throw all by himself. The ball did not land in the neutral area. It has to bounce twice, once in the team area, once in the neutral area, those zones either side of the centre line. And it's a chance for Ukraine to equalise. Pinpoint accuracy from Vasil Olinik. It's 2-2.
Miyazaki took a gamble. He positioned himself on one side of the court. Perhaps he'd had some intel about how Olinik likes to throw. But guessed the wrong way. And pretty straightforward for Olinik. Good accuracy from him, though. Right in the corner of the goal.
That's his first goal in this gold medal game. His 19th in total. Matches the amount of goals he got at the World Championships in 2022. All four wing players are on the score sheet. Goals coming from all different angles. And Echo whizzes that one across the court. Stelschik had to be reacting quickly to that one. Giving it absolutely everything. Anton Stelschik, just a bit of sweat on the court. Always how hard you can throw the ball. Sometimes taking a bit of pace off the ball can bamboozle your opponents. It's a ball over back to Japan. Ball crossing the centre line after that defensive block from Ukraine. It goes back to the team who threw the ball. Using the frame of the goal to position himself on the court, Anton Stelschik. And we're going to have our first substitution of the game. And it is Koji Miyazaki.
One of the big mysteries of this match was going to be what role would Miyazaki play. So often in the group stage he was used as a substitute to great effect. But he's never yet played a full match. He plays in a very physical way, and it means he's now off court, and this is a great opportunity for Ukraine. Japan's strongest offensive player is off court.
Yuto Sano comes on for Japan, meeting in his second Paralympics. 13 goals in Tokyo. Quick thinking from Kaneko. Interesting that they've switched sides of the court. So Sano on the right, but he's changing things up, switching things around, getting creative. Don't have to just stick in your position.
They're a very fluid side, Japan. One of their main characteristics, as opposed to Ukraine, a bit more traditional in terms of positions on court.
Players won't just lie flat on the court when defending. They'll just slightly arc their bodies or jump up a bit if they need to. Try and push that ball wide or create a ramp to get it over the top of the crossbar. You've got to have really good core strength. Another ball over for Japan.
I wonder if these ball overs will start to cost Ukraine. They keep conceding possession and giving Japan another chance.
It's 5 in total now for Ukraine. They're such a good defensive team, Ukraine. Well organised. Two halves of 12 minutes in goalball as we approach the final minute of the first half. Although the clock does stop every time the ball goes out, or as a timeout or a substitute. Plenty to ponder for Fedor Dubrovin, the head coach for Ukraine. Final 30 seconds. A goal now would be huge in the context of this game. Teams have 10 seconds to return the ball. Does well this time, Topakov, to stop the ball over. Brilliant first half of this gold medal game here at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. And we are no closer to deciding our gold medal winner. 4 different scorers. It's 2-2.
We have very tight gold medal game.
Tight and tense. Gold medal game with flashes of brilliance. Ukraine 2, Japan 2.
Two sides that play this game very differently. They're equally matched in terms of goals. It looked like Japan were running away with it early on, but credit to Ukraine, they fought hard and now they're back in it. And with Mihajiki off court, who knows what Ukraine can do in the second half.
Allez, les meilleurs moments de cette première période sur les écrans géants.
Now it's time to take a look. First half's highlights.
Quiet, please, center.
Japan got off to a great start. Kazuya Kaneko with the first goal of the game. His 20th goal here in Paris. Anton Stelshik, experienced player for the Ukraine. Miyajiki, though, made it 2. Beautifully tucked away. This was Anton Strelchik moment in the gold medal game. Part of the team for 16 years. What a journey he's been on with this team. Vasil Olinik. 19 goals now here in Paris. Big moment for Ukraine. That made it 2-2. All over the important stat right at the bottom. Japan were building up momentum.
Every one of those ball overs is conceding possession. And certainly something Ukraine will want to monitor in this second half.
Second half of the game between Japan on my left and Ukraine on my right. Half-time score, Ukraine 2, Japan 2. Half-time substitutions for Japan. Out number 4, in number 5.
Japan half-time substitution, played out number 4, Takuchi Yuchi, and player in number 5, Hagiwara Naoki.
Un changement pour le Japon à la pause. Sortie de Taguchi Gucci, entrée d'Agiwara Naoki.
And for Ukraine, out number 2 in number 5.
Half-time substitution, Ukraine, player out number 2, Anton Strelchuk, and player in number 5, Rodion Zihalin.
Également changement pour l'Ukraine, sortie d'Anton Strelchik, entrée de Rodion Zihalin.
Japan starts with the ball. White, please, center. Play.
Second half of this men's gold medal game at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Ukraine against Japan. Substitutions at half-time. Ukraine, Anton Strelchik is off. And Rodion Zihalin, a 39-year-old, beating in his second Paralympic Games, is on. Yuji Taguchi is off for Japan. Naoki Hagiwara is on, competing at his very first Paralympic Games. Bouncing effort from Orinik. Quick return. Topolkov right in behind it.
Zihalin now in court. He's not had the tournament so far he might have liked. Just scored 3 goals in Paris. Much less than his 12 in Tokyo. Big moment for him to show what he can do.
All of the players for Ukraine play for the same club side, Inversport, and are coached by Fedir and Anton Dubrovin, the head coaches for Ukraine. As that cannons off the post, Japan and the closest in this second half. It's Kaneko. Using the frame of the goal to position himself on the court. So Sano. Brukov just losing the grip of the ball. Teams have 10 seconds to return it. They have to be quick about this one. It actually creates a good effort.
Good work there. The clock was ticking and didn't have much time to get the throw away, but strong attacking work.
Two teams have changed ends of the court in this second half. Just creates different opportunities if you're right-handed or left-handed. Rodion Zihalin. Good work in the end by Vasil Orinik.
That was good recovery work. The ball was up in the air. Really hard to locate the whereabouts of the ball when it's airborne. And scrambled well, Olinik. Kept it out at the second time of asking.
Solid so far by Hagiwara in the centre for Japan. It's be a daunting task to come onto the court at half-time of a gold medal match. The Paralympic Games. Substitution for Japan. Kaneko is going to come off. And Miyashiki is going to come back on.
You thought it would be something of a power play with Miyashiki off court. Japan have held pretty steadfast while Mihajiki's been on the sidelines, and now he's back on, and he's going to pose a big attacking threat, although Kaneko capable of scoring lots of goals as well, and he's now off court.
Court getting a good mop to wipe away any sweat or water. Court has to be clean for the safety of the players. Miyashiki back onto the court. Uses that full rotation throw, which is often used by players to try and build up speed and power. It's a limited space, that team area. Going to try and get creative. Nice effort from Miyazaki, wasting no time of throwing the ball in the game. Nice spinning effort. Players can use a variety of different techniques. They can spin and bounce the ball as long as it bounces twice, once in that team area, once in that neutral area. Getting creative.
Sano trying from a different side of court, trying to add a bit of variation.
Clock stops every time the ball is blocked out. 2 halves of 12 minutes in goalball. You have to wait for the referee's signal of play. Good work. That gap was there, though. Miyazaki clinging on. Some members of the crowd thought that was heading towards the goal, as that one does, from Yuto Sano.
Brilliant throw from Yuto Sano. All about finding the gap, and that Ukrainian gap between Zahalin and Topolkov. Just too big and not able to collectively close their legs in time.
His 5th goal at these Paralympic Games, and his biggest one yet here in Paris.
Et le but pour le Japon signé Sano Yuto, temps restant 8 minutes 11.
How do Ukraine respond? With a good bouncing effort. Agiwara clearing that one away in the centre.
The energy seems to be with Japan, though. Really pumped up.
Jahalin with the effort. That one's cleared away once again by Agiwara. Centre players go through a lot of work. Toprakov goes under the radar. Sweeps up the play so well. Japan, gold medal at the ISR World Games in Birmingham last year, beating at their 2nd Paralympic Games.
Japan deploying the dummy method once again, trying to create a distraction.
Need something special from Olinik. 19 goals so far. A timeout called by Ukraine. Important moments in the game as we are heading towards the final quarter of this gold medal game here at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. And 45 seconds for the coaches to get their message across.
Japan really do have a lot in the way of attacking options. They've got Kaneko, Miyazaki, Sano, all capable of scoring goals. And if it is Japan that progresses, it might be that depth and ability to call on substitutes who can score goals that makes the difference.
Japan started the Paralympic Games with 2 defeats. And now playing in the gold medal game. Ukraine, at the European Championships, lost their first game to Montenegro and went on to win the European title. There is still hope here for the team in yellow. pick up for Omolinik, and a decent effort dealt with by Yuto Sano. You have to be a bit of an all-rounder in goalball. Not always about throwing the ball. How well you can defend.
Ukraine players counting their teammates down. 10 seconds to throw the ball and giving a bit of assistance to one another.
"39 years of age, Rodion Jahalin, an experienced player. Competed in a number of European Championships. 20 goals in Montenegro at the European Championships, 24 goals at the World Championships in Portugal in 2022. They need a goal from him now. Move into the final quarter of the game. Jahalin off for Ukraine. Anton Strelchik comes back on.
And Jahalin was brought on to try and make an impact, but not able to contribute too much, as opposed to Japan, who brought on Sano and made a very immediate impact.
Anton Strelchik scored Ukraine's first goal of the match. Great atmosphere inside the South Paris arena. When they get their moment, the crowd, they really make their voices heard. But they have to be silent when the ball is back in play. Five minutes to go in this gold medal game. Every block, every throw, crucial. All over back to Ukraine. Japan built up some pressure in the first half with multiple ball overs. And Ukraine do something similar in the second half. Ball crossing the centre line after the defensive block. And a timeout called by Japan. I think a necessary timeout for Japan.
It's an incredibly tense game. Japan's tactics have proved effective, bringing on Sano and resting Miyahiki at just the right time. Ukraine's substitutions not quite had the same effect. Jahalin not able to score since he came onto court. It'll be interesting to see how these final few minutes play out.
Dummy run. Nagiwara, Miyashiki with the throw. Just the one goal in this second half. We had 4 in the first. Moving across to the far side of the court, players can use the entirety of the team area, and they don't have to stick to their positions. Japan very fluid.
Mihajiki trying from centre of court. Usually he's out on the wing, so he's trying to launch throws from unexpected angles. Element of surprise.
And goes wide. Ukraine, a disciplined side, good unit. They haven't conceded a penalty as of yet in this game. Fine margins. Nice movement from Anton Stelschik to get back to the goal after that initial block. Players won't just remain static, they'll push back towards the goal. Ready for that second bounce of the ball. And potentially preparing another substitution. 3.5 minutes remain. That's plenty of time in Goalball. Clock stops every time the ball goes out, and that is a tremendous save. It took two of them. Olinik got the final touch.
Well, it doesn't matter how you keep it out, as long as you keep it out. A bit of a double save from Ukraine. Good agility on the far post.
To make all the difference. Substitution for Japan. Kaneko back onto the court. Miyajiki comes off. It's almost that you have a couple of minutes, then I'll have a couple of minutes. Working in tandem.
Yeah, using their substitutes very effectively. It's quite rare to see Kaneko and Mihajiki on court at the same time. They're both high-energy players, so they need to be periodically rested. Kaneko, an experienced player. He was a pivotal part of the squad in 2020. And Japan want all the experience they can on court just to close out this gold medal match.
Fitness levels of all the players is incredible. 8 days of competition. 3 minutes that will feel like 3 hours. Take two for Japan. Olinik now with the effort. Good bounce on that one.
That's the bounce from Olinik that can be so threatening. No surprise to see him deploying that right when they need a goal most.
Timeout call by Ukraine. Teams have 4 timeouts during a match. They can only use 3 of those in the second half. 45 seconds to deliver an important message at a crucial stage of the game. Koplakov just sat alone with his thoughts, just gathering a bit of energy for this final push.
Don't be surprised if you start to see Japan taking a bit more time with their throws. They're allowed up to 10 seconds. So you might see a bit of game management as they eat up as many seconds as they possibly can. It's a very narrow lead. This game really could swing either way.
Using the frame of the goal to position himself on the court, so Olinik have to time that jump. Tosano. Communication really important in Goalball. Trust as well. Trying to test you, Tosano. going to get through Topakov that easily. Good bouncing effort, and into the back of the net. It's 3-3. And the pressure is finally told. And Anton Strelčík gets his second of the game.
Brilliant throw from Strelčík. And as soon as that ball is parried up in the air, it's so difficult for these players to locate it. And so although Kaneko made a valiant effort, unable to locate the ball, and the ball ended up in the back of the net.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Will we need overtime? Which way will this game turn next? Two teams competing in the gold medal match for the very first time. It's been a really competitive match. Both teams want this so much. A timeout call by Japan.
And with just over a few throws left for each side, they'll be planning meticulously their final moves. And with the possibility of overtime looming, they'll be thinking about which players they want on court, who they need to be resting for what could be an extra 2 halves of 3 minutes.
6 games for the teams. And we may require overtime. On the edge of the seats, the spectators here in the South Paris Arena, they've been treated for a brilliant game that's had it all. Great goals, brilliant defensive saves, a little bit of drama. Some stars are out on the court and they're giving it everything. Important save from Agiwara. Yuto Sano comes off, and Japan are deciding to try and win this in regulation time.
He's made a great impact, Yuto Sano, scoring a goal, but Japan do not want this to go to overtime, so bringing on Miyazaki, a man who's certainly capable of providing a quick goal. And they'll want to close this game out and score and then defend resolutely to secure the gold medal.
Just over 90 seconds to go. Will we have a winning moment in regulation time? Great effort, just goes by. He's really probing Anton Strelčík. Only player to score more than 1 goal in this gold medal match. Can he find a third? Still getting past Kaneko. And a quick reply into the final minutes of this second half. Miyazaki. Cleared away by Anton Strelčík, but it's a ball over. It crosses over the centre line after that defensive block, so it goes back to Japan.
It's a really important moment. A ball over at a very, very important time.
Dealt with by Ukraine. Every block celebrated like a goal at the moment. The testing effort. And a timeout called by Japan. 28.2 seconds remain. Will we need overtime? Or will one team settle this in regulation time.
Just 28 seconds left. The players won't know that, of course. They're wearing eye shades, so not able to see the stadium clock. And so the coach will be letting them know just how long remains. And they will plan out these final throws.
Time is really important now. 28.2 seconds remain. These are the moments you train so hard for. Miyazaki. That one is wide. Wasted opportunity for Japan. Not even testing Ukraine. Olinik. He produced one of those magic bouncing deliveries. That one just fizzed across the court. Kaneko. Toporkov with a strong block, and it's a timeout. 10 seconds to reply. And Ukraine, if they're clever about this, will try and avoid Japan responding.
So the aim of the game now, 7.3 seconds left on the match clock. Ukraine will try and hold on to the ball for as much time as they can, get the throw away. And hopefully from a Ukraine perspective, give Japan no time to respond. So if the ball ends up in the back of the net, there's very little Japan can do about it.
This is it. Ukraine with one final throw in regulation time to try and win it. Responsibility with Olinik. It's a great bouncing effort, but it's a good save. And we move to overtime in the gold medal game. The two teams can't be separated. 3-3 in regulation time.
3 Japan 3. We have 3 minutes intermission, and after that,
two coaches
half of overtime with length of 3 minutes.
go through the coin toss procedure to decide who will throw first. Overtime is 2 halves of 3 minutes. And the first team to score is the winner. It's golden goal. It's as simple as that.
It really is the most tense period of time for these players. Just one mistake, one moment of brilliance can be the difference between a gold and silver medal. Golden goal, so it could all come down to one moment. These players will need to keep their discipline, keep their pressure. And it's tense. I'm tense just watching. I can't imagine what it's like on court.
Absolutely. All those hours of training, hard work. History will be made. Dreams will be realised for these players as we move into overtime. Referees go through the same procedure of checking the eye shades and the patching of all the players. Thought it might be close in this gold medal game. And we can't separate the two teams. 2 halves of 3 minutes. And it's golden goal. You score, you win. It's as simple as that. Olinik, Strelchik and Toporkov for Ukraine. Anton Strelchik with 2 goals so far in the match. Sano, Hagiwara, Miyazaki on the court for Japan. So Sano back out on the court.
First half of the overtime between Japan on my left and Ukraine on my right. Regular time score, Japan 3, Ukraine 3. Substitutions for Japan, out number 7, in number 1.
Et changement pour le Japon, sortie de Kaneko Katsuya, entrée de Sano.
Ukraine starts with the ball. Quiet, please, center.
Overtime between Ukraine and Japan in the men's gold medal game. 2 halves of 3 minutes. It's golden goal. You score, you win. That one nearly squeezing through. There are no second chances. Small mistake could make all the difference. Ball has to bounce twice. Once in the team area, those 2 zones in front of the goal, and the neutral area, the 2 sections either side of the centre line.
I wonder if Japan's policy of rotating players during the match will serve them well in overtime. Their players are much more rested. Ukraine players have had a lot more time on court.
Good teamwork by the 2 players, Toprikov and Olenik. Olenik now with the response. Timeout for an equipment check. Checking the eye shades and the patching of Toprikov. Players can't touch their eye shades whilst the ball is in play. They have to wait for permission from the referee. All the players wearing blackout eye shades. Dummy run. Now the throw comes in. On Sturlshik. Some bouncing effort dealt with by Miyajiki. Tiptoeing his way back across the court. Players can throw from any position. It's blocked, but it ends up into the back of the net. And Japan, it's gold. Their first ever Paralympic medal. And it's the big one. What a team, what a moment to win it in overtime. Ukraine will take the silver medal. Yuto Sano. A moment he will remember for the rest of his life. The man that secured Japan's first ever Paralympic medal. And it's gold for Japan.
Well, overtime, all about those moments of genius. A brilliant bouncing throw from Sano. And the deflection takes it into the back of the net, and what a big achievement for Japan. It's the first time they've taken to court in a Paralympic Games, having qualified for that Paralympics here in Paris after they hosted in Tokyo, and it shows how far Japanese goalball has come. And to turn up on your first Paralympics after qualifying and to win the gold medal. So audacious, and a brilliant performance from Japan today and throughout the competition.
Brilliant Paralympic Games for Ukraine. A fantastic story. They started the team 16 years ago with the head coach Fedir Dubrovin. A lot of these players have been on that long journey. Gold at the European Championships. They now have that silver medal from the Paralympic Games to go alongside it.
Please join us in celebrating the efforts and contributions of our athletes for their honorable displays of athleticism, sportsmanship and many memorable moments. Thank you and congratulations, Ukraine.
Moments to treasure for Japan and Ukraine. Both teams securing their first ever Paralympic medals. And the crowd has had to be silent throughout the game now gets their opportunity to applaud these brilliant players, these fantastic athletes. It's been a brilliant Paralympic Games. Brilliant goals, fantastic saves, high drama. And it concludes with Japan winning the gold medal. And what a way to sign off.
Brilliant, and I wonder if the difference in the end is just the depth of the Japanese squad. They were able to bring on impactful substitutes, amongst them Yuto Sano, who secured the gold medal in overtime. And they're a side with so much promise. They're able to call upon so many attacking threats, and that, I think, ultimately is why they're claiming the gold medal.
Soaking in the moment. The story of this gold medal game in the statistics. Lots of ball overs in this gold medal game. Both teams creating pressure, but that important stat right at the top. Just the one goal in it. Japan securing the gold medal in overtime. And the final rankings. Stories all the way across. The men's side of the competition, Japan, gold, Ukraine, silver. Brazil with the bronze. France, in their first ever Paralympic Games, as hosts, finish in 7th. Lots of memories made.
pas trop. Ils viennent du bout du monde apportant avec eux des idées vagabondes entre le ciel bleu de mirage. Traînant à parfum poivré de pays inconnus et d'éternels étés où l'on vit presque nu sur les plages. Moi qui n'ai connu toute ma vie que le ciel du nord. J'aimerais les barbouiller ce gris environ de bord. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Il me semble que la misère serait moins pénible au soleil, dans les bars à la tombée du jour avec les marins. Quand on parle de filles et d'amour, un verre à la main. Je perds la notion des choses et soudain ma pensée m'enlève et me dépose un merveilleux été sur la grève, où je vois tant dans mes bras l'amour qui comme un fou court au-devant de moi et je me prends au cou de mon rêve. Quand les bars ferment, que les marins rejoignent leur bord. Moi je rêve encore jusqu'au matin, debout sur le port. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Il me semble que la misère serait moins pénible au soleil. Un beau jour sur un rafio craquant de la coque au pont. Pour partir, je travaillerai dans la soute à charbon. Prenons la route qui mène à mes rêves d'enfant sur des îles lointaines où rien n'est important que de vivre. Où les filles alanguies vous ravissent le cœur en tressant ma candide de ces colliers de fleurs qui enivrent. Je fuirai laissant là mon passé sans aucun remords. Sans bagage et le cœur libéré, en chantant très fort. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Il me semble que la misère serait moins pénible au soleil. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Il me semble que la misère serait
place pour la cérémonie des médailles de la compétition féminine qui va démarrer dans quelques instants et qui sera suivie de la cérémonie des médailles de la compétition messieurs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats. The victory ceremony for women's goalball is coming up shortly, followed by the victory ceremony for men's goalball. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, merci de rester à vos places pour la cérémonie des victoires de la compétition féminine qui va démarrer dans quelques instants et qui sera suivie de la cérémonie des médailles de la compétition messieurs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats. The victory ceremony for women's goalball is coming up shortly, followed by the victory ceremony for men's goalball. Thank you.
Alexandrie où l'amour danse au fond des bras. Ce soir j'ai de la fièvre et toi tu meurs de froid. Les sirènes du port d'Alexandrie chantent encore la même mélodie. Oh, oh, la lumière du phare d'Alexandrie fait naufrager les pavillons de la jeunesse. Soigne sur les filles et partout sur le nid. Je suis dans ta vie, je suis dans tes bras. Oui, Alexandra, Alexandrie, Alexandrie où tout commence et tout finit. À chaque coup d'appétit, Caparacuda.
Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs de la compétition féminine de goalball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for women's goalball.
It's been 8 days of hard-fought competition, but we now have our medalists in the women's goalball. And we've got some familiar faces on the podium and some newcomers as well. After this brilliant showcase of visually impaired sport.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
It's been one of the most competitive women's competitions for some time. All manner of twists and turns. But now, after today's medal matches, we know who will be taking their place on this podium and getting those medals round their necks.
The medals will be presented by
Andrew Parsons, président du comité international paralympique.
President of the International Paralympic Committee. International Paralympic Committee.
Mohamed Alameli, membre du conseil d'administration du Comité international paralympique.
Governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
Ilkar Ramov, président de l'IBSA.
IBSA President.
Barbara Zanoline, présidente du comité sportif de Goalball IBSA.
IBSA Goalball Chairperson.
Mats Rix Bolund, membre du comité exécutif de l'IBSA.
IBSA Executive Board Member.
Médaillé de bronze représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Bronze medalists representing People's Republic of China.
It's People's Republic of China with the bronze after their emphatic win over Brazil in the bronze medal match. And it's the 4th time they've appeared on the podium in 5 consecutive Paralympics. A fantastic achievement for them. And amongst those medalists, Wang Chunyan, just 22 years of age. She was top scorer for China and a real talent for the future. See the athletes touching their medals. These medals have a Braille inscription. Very fitting for this showcase of visually impaired sports. In France, the home of Louis Braille, the pioneer for the visually impaired. Very appropriate at goalball, one of the most inclusive sports in this Paralympic programme. Athletes receiving the Paralympic mascots. Been a regular fixture at the South Paris Arena. Loved by old and young alike. And a brilliant achievement for the People's Republic of China.
Médaillé d'argent représentant Israël.
Silver medalists representing Israel.
And an important moment in the history of Israeli parasports. The first ever goalball medal for Israel. And it's a silver medal at that. Lehi Ben David, who's been instrumental to Israel's success, to getting them that place on the podium. And a brilliant moment for her, her first ever Paralympic medal. For a real icon of women's goalball. They stunned so many people when they defeated People's Republic of China in the semi-finals to guarantee themselves that important medal. But Turkey are just too strong in the gold medal match today. But a very worthy accomplishment. And a silver medal they can take home, in which they can take great pride.
Médaillé d'or
Turkey are the history makers, the first team to win 3 gold medals in women's goalball. And not only that, they've won them in consecutive Paralympic Games. And receiving her medal, Sevda Altunaluk, the tournament top scorer with 21 goals. And the real star of this Turkey side. They came into this tournament the side to beat. Nobody could beat them. For the 3rd time in the row, they take gold. And they are now surely the dominant force in women's goalball. The first 3 players to receive their accompanying prizes, the mascots. The Turkey starting 3, Gulgula, Yilmaz, Altunaluk, and they were instrumental to Turkey's success. And as Turkey take the plaudits of the crowd, the South Paris Arena about to hear the anthem of Turkey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for the anthem of Turkey.
And the flag of Turkey flies high in the South Paris Arena, just as it did in Rio and Tokyo. And there we have our medalists, Turkey, Israel, and the People's Republic of China. Worthy winners after one of the most competitive and exciting women's events that we have seen. Another look at those medals contain pieces of the Eiffel Tower, and they have Braille inscription. Could not be more fitting after we've seen such exceptional visually impaired athletes on court over the past few days. And as the athletes leave the arena, that formally concludes the women's competition. And it's been an event full of twists and turns. And we really hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
voisine avec les maisons grises du vieux temps. Mais l'hiver vient d'éclater, le Saint-Laurent est prisonnier. Un décembre qui va bien durer 6 mois. Quand les jours semblent aux nuits, sans éclaircie à espérer, qui peut croire que l'été nous reviendra? Moi, j'avais le soleil et lui dans les yeux des nuits. Je réchauffais ma vie à son sourire. Moi, j'avais le soleil et joue dans les yeux de l'amour et la mélancolie au soleil des nuits. Devenez joie de vivre. Dans ce quartier du vieux Québec, quand les toits deviennent verts, quand les enfants ont les pieds secs, retournent à l'hiver. C'est la fête du printemps, le grand retour du Saint-Laurent. On dirait que les gens sortent de la terre. Mais il n'est plus à moi, j'ai froid pour la première fois. Je n'ai plus ni sa chaleur, ni sa lumière. Moi, j'avais le soleil et lui dans les yeux des nuits. Je réchauffais ma vie à son sourire. Moi, j'avais le soleil et joue dans les yeux de l'amour et la mélancolie au soleil des nuits. Devenez joie de vivre en ce monde. J'avais le soleil et lui dans les yeux des nuits. Je réchauffais ma vie à son sourire. Moi, j'avais le soleil et joue dans les yeux de l'amour et la mélancolie au soleil des nuits. Devenez joie
Le comité d'organisation de Paris 2024 tient à remercier tous les volontaires pour le temps et le dévouement qu'ils consacrent à la réussite de ces Jeux paralympiques. C'est parfait, applaudissez-les bien fort, ils le méritent.
The Paris 2024 Organizing Committee would like to thank all volunteers for their time and dedication toward making the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games a success. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, merci de rester à votre place pour la cérémonie des médailles de la compétition masculine qui va commencer dans quelques minutes.
Shortly starting victory ceremony for men's goalball.
Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs de la compétition masculine de Goalball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for men's goalball.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
22 games across 8 days, and we have our medalists in the men's side of the competition. Brilliant tournament. Lots of thrills and spills. Fantastic goals, superb saves, lots of drama. It certainly delivered.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Andrew Parsons, président du comité international paralympique.
President of the International Paralympic Committee.
Mohamed Alameli, membre du conseil d'administration du comité international paralympique.
Governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
Debra Alexander, membre du conseil d'administration du comité international paralympique.
Governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
Rufat Hachiri, directeur exécutif de l'IBSA.
IBSA Executive Director.
Bernardino Sexas, membre du conseil d'administration de l'IBSA.
IBSA board member.
Max Nix Bolund, membre du comité exécutif de l'IBSA.
IBSA Executive Board member.
Médaillé de bronze représentant le Brésil.
Bronze medalists representing Brazil.
They came for gold, but they'll settle for the bronze medal. A brilliant team. Leymon Moreno, a superstar for Brazil, delivered once again here in Paris. Another experienced player for Brazil, Souza. Another medal. Solid in the centre for Brazil, delivered goals. And one of the breakout stars for this Brazil team, André Dantas. Go alongside their bronze medals. You see the mascots. Brazil's fourth Paralympic medal.
Médaillé d'argent en représentant l'Ukraine.
That's bronze for Brazil.
Representing Ukraine.
A great achievement for Ukraine. They're a tight group, the Ukraine squad. And securing their first ever Paralympic medal. Anton Strelchik. Great performance in the final. Brilliant in the centre, Alexander Toporkov. European champions are now Paralympic silver medalists. A great performance from Ukraine.
Médaillé d'or et champion paralympique représentant le Japon.
The new Paralympic gold medalists. Jumping for joy, Japan. Man who scored the winning goal. Congratulations. Sano. We will win the gold medal. And he's done just that. Yuji Taguchi. Man with the golden boots has a gold medal around his neck. Yajiki, brilliant performance. The new Paralympic gold medalists. Each medal incorporates a piece of original iron from the Eiffel Tower. Makes them really unique. And they also have universal braille, in keeping with the nature of the sport. In honour of Louis Braille, the French innovator of the braille system.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne du Japon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for the anthem of Japan.
New flags fly high around the South Paris arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Japan, Paralympic gold medalists. Ukraine securing their first ever Paralympic medal. It's silver. Brazil with their 4th Paralympic medal. Another bronze to go alongside the one they secured in Rio. Moments to treasure for the players. Memories to last a lifetime. Wide smiles for all the players. Moments to treasure. It's been a brilliant 8 days with lots of highlights. Plenty of goals, superb saves. Great joy. Crowd at the South Paris arena have enjoyed every moment. Finally, they get their chance to cheer on their medalists. It's been a brilliant competition here at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games.
Allez, maintenant, on va regarder les écrans géants pour revivre ensemble les meilleurs moments.
Goalball, a sport that is unique in so many ways, but has brought so much joy. History has been made, memories to last a lifetime. The men's and women's side of the competitions have been equally brilliant and have given us so much. Paris 2024 Paralympic Games will never be forgotten.
The merchandise store is still open. It's now or never.
Nous espérons que vous avez apprécié cette compétition de goalball. Nous vous remercions tous.
the superstore and the fan zone with the giant screen and food outlets outside the hall.